Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we have another 5 attacks or techniques that you can punish, and we are gonna start today with Fang. And this technique that I'm gonna show you, or this punish, was unknown to me and it was shared with me by his reason or pen. He is one of the channel's oldest supporters. He comments on like almost every video, so thanks him very much for this and for sharing this information. This have to relate with Fang, and the technique I'm talking about have to do with a sequence that Fang can do. Fang can do his heavy punch up ball and cancel into the EX command dash, or he can do the EX balls and cancel into the heavy command dash. So he either does the EX ball, cancel into the heavy dash, or he will do the heavy ball and cancel into the EX. So it is one of them to the other, right? And there is a very easy answer to this. I actually wasn't aware of this, but thanks to Ben now I know, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So here's the thing, when Fang does this, Fang is actually throwable outside of all of his command dashes. So when Fang does the heavy ball, you can just see that he's doing the command dash and throw him out of it on reaction. This is when he does the heavy ball into the EX dash. The other one is a little bit trickier. When he does the EX up balls and then do the command dash, it is a little bit trickier. But if you are just, I will say, just a hair outside of the round start range, so just around here, right? Let's restart and I will be just a hair outside of the round start range. You will find that you are still able to throw him out of it. The timing is about when the second ball hits the floor. Then that is when you aim with the throw, and you will be able to throw Fang out of this sequence. This can also be done if he have V-Trigger 2 on. So if he have V-Trigger 2 on, you can also do the same thing and you will throw him out of it. This technique is good because the up ball into the dash is one of Fang's main get-in tools, so knowing this can provide to be very valuable in the matchup. And now for our second move, I wanted to talk about Menat. Menat is a character that you're not gonna come across that often. And when you do come across Menat, you will run into many issues because of matchup unfamiliarity. And you will likely run into sequences like this where she's gonna keep throwing out her orb and recalling it, and you will have no idea what is plus, when you can interrupt, what is negative, and you can easily get rigged by that stuff. So today I wanted to talk about throwing out the orb, right? The thing that you have to know is that the callback, the recall of the orb, that is always plus. So when Menat is recalling the orb, she will always be plus. Regardless of how close she is to you and the orb, that is always plus. So you should never interrupt here. Throwing out the orb, on the other hand, this have a lot of variance. Here is the thing. The closer she is to you, this is a general rule of the thumb. The closer Menat is to you, the more negative these moves become. So if she's really close like that, this is -8 from the dash distance, could be -4. If she's a little bit further away like that, it could even be plus. So what does this translate to gameplay, right? Let's have here Mika try to block and then execute an EX speech, right? This means that if Menat is doing a block string, like for example crouching medium punch or crouching medium kick into the orb toss, as you can see, because we blocked the orb from a really close distance, we were able to punish it. But this also means another thing. The orb is a projectile, right? So if you throw an armor attack or an attack that have fireball invincibility, you will be able to go through it. So if she's doing it from a distance, you will still be able to armor through it. So up close, you do get a punish. From a distance, you can armor through it and punish her. And that is basically how you're supposed to deal with this. There is a sweet spot on the screen. It's right around here when Menat can throw it and interrupt you. But it's gonna be really hard for Menat to get to that spacing. This requires some elite spacing from the Menat player. But generally, the rule of the thumb, if she does it from too close, take back your turn and you might get a punish. If she is doing it from a really far distance, just do EX speech or just do an armor attack and you will be able to armor through it. Also applies if you have a fireball invincible attack or just a straight out invincibility, super, whatever. And now the third attack I'm gonna talk about today is Honda's EX Butt Slam. It's a very strong attack, honestly, and it's an attack that gave many people a lot of issues. And today I'm gonna show you a couple of ways that you can deal with this, and I wanted to show you Ryu because Ryu happen to have almost all of the solutions possible to this attack. First, when Honda is doing the EX Butt Slam, of course it hits on the way up and it hits on the way down, and there is a gap there. So the first option that you have, if you play a character with armor or a character with a parry, you can just parry this, and when you do, he is still gonna be in recovery, so you actually get a punish here. So someone like Ryu, first of all, because he have a parry, he gets that parry punish. So this is the very first one. This is really good. The second option that you can do is to block the first one and DP the second one. So if your character have an anti-air DP, it doesn't even have to be a metered one. Even the meterless anti-air DP should beat it. So you block this, and then you use your meterless DB, and it should beat it clean every single time. Now the third option is a little bit finicky. This is gonna work for some characters. It's not gonna work for everyone because it's gonna have to rely on your V reversal. And here is what I wanted to show you. You can actually V reversal the first hit and get a punish on the second hit. But this have to do with your character V reversal and its animation. Basically, you want a V reversal that moves your character forward. Some characters stay in place with their V reversal, so they can't do this. Other characters move forward, and you can actually get decent punishes with this. So let's check this out again. Someone like Ryu can even get a super punish because of this. Again, this is gonna be highly variable because you want a V reversal that moves your character forward, but I believe that across the cast, you will at least have one of the answers that I just showed. Some characters may not have any, and these are few exceptions. So I'm sorry if you don't, but hopefully I've showed you multiple ways that you can deal with this attack. And now for our fourth attack, I wanted to talk about Cammy's V reversal and how you can deal with it. Cammy have a very unique V reversal because when she tries to V reversal a move up close, she is gonna cross up, and of course her V reversal is also unthrowable. So you can't throw Cammy out of her V reversal. There is only a handful of V reversals in the game who are unthrowable and which are unthrowable, and she have one of them. This V reversal is very unique and it requires a very unique approach to be able to punish it. There are two things that you have to know. The first one is that this V reversal moves a set distance. It doesn't have to necessarily cross up, right? The second thing is when you block it, it is -6 on block, so you can actually get a punish. But because it moves a set distance, it means that the closer you are to Cammy when she does it, the harder it is to punish. So if she reversals a crouching light punch, she will be far away for me to punish her with my crouching medium. But if she reversal my crouching medium, I will be able to get a punish on her, right? So right out of the gate, this tells us that this V reversal can be tricky to deal with because typically you wanna try to challenge V reversals after jabs, but this one, it actually is kinda better to bait her with mediums. You wanna bait this V reversal and particularly bait it with mediums, something like a standing medium kick, and then you will be able to get a punish on her. You can also use the V trigger activation stop to actually get a really big punish. So for example, one of the easiest way to bait this is to react to the V reversal message. Notice that there is a very unique audio cue and the V reversal message pops up on the right. This is one of the biggest tells. So what you can do is something like this. and you will be able to get a big damage punish on Cammy. It's a very good V reversal, don't get me wrong. It does require a read from your part. Of course, you can also option select against it if your character have an option select. So for example, someone like Cody can do his sway option select against it. But overall, it is a very good V skill. But if you can bait it, you can absolutely get a punish on Cammy. And now for our fifth and final attack of the day, I wanted to talk about Seth and his target combo. The target combo I'm talking about is this one, the forward medium punch into heavy kick into forward heavy punch target combo. This is pretty interesting because of course if he commits to the entire thing, he is minus 12, so you do actually get a full combo punish on Seth, right? But this also is really punishable if he does the second part only. And this is important because it is important because of his throw Oki. So if he does the second part only, as you can see, he is minus 5, so you can get a punish here. And this is important again because of the throw Oki. Because if you try to mash here on wake up, this will hit you. It's gonna hit meaty on wake up. And either Seth will do the forward medium punch into heavy kick combo, or he's gonna dash up. So it is important to know that if you happen to block this, you can actually get a punish here and get actually a meaningful punish. Minus 5 is a decent number. Seth is moving closer to you and he can't stagger the string to be able to punish your interruption. And that is pretty much it for today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. Let me know if there are other attacks that are giving you troubles, and maybe it will be featured in the upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.